What do you know of the Tower of Anarch?
I know and fear it enough to lock my soul here in this place, waiting for this inevitable day. The magic that guards the tower is waning.
How do you know that?
We knew when the tower was first designed it would not last forever. Even the strongest magics fade and diminish over time. However, it was foretold 2 heroes would emerge at this time of chaos. 2 champions. You are these champions.
I don't mean to be rude, but this must be some sort of mistake. We are more adventurous than champions.
I was hoping it would be a guardian of Anarch, but things of this nature are rarely by chance. The talisman around your neck will only guide the unworthy to their deaths, and you seem very much alive.
Okay, and welcome back. We're going to finish off by talking about Sunday.
So,
Which was, straight up, one of the best monstering battles I've ever been a part of.
oh, incredible, amazing. But it started off with, on Friday night, when I got back to the tent, on Saturday night when I got back to the tent, I realised that I had a pretty badly blistered up foot.
Oh yeah, you were wrecked. Your feet were
Yeah,
in a world
my
of
feet
pain.
were really kind of messed up, and I was like, oh man, I'm not sure I'm going to be actually able to go tomorrow.
Yeah, you look pretty worried.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned about it. I knew it looked worse than it was, and that I could do something, but I wasn't sure how I was going to be. But yeah, the next day when I woke up, I was like, I've got a medical bag in the
Like a first aid kit.
like a first aid kit. Yeah, I just worked on them, strapped them up, and you'd kind of suggested before maybe I go water runner if I can't do it. And I thought, yeah, maybe I do that, like, carry the, just be involved in it, but like not running around. But actually, I woke up, and by the time I treated my foot and looked after it and sort of wrapped it up correctly, actually, weirdly, it was
You were
fine.
good to go.
Yeah, and then when the adrenaline of battle hit, it was fine actually. Like it just kind of took it away. It was great.
We got there fairly early, didn't we?
Yeah.
For once.
Yeah.
We were the early people.
And that was I went ultimately with Callum to the toilets. There was a massive queue for those right next to the monstering area, and we just got delayed there for ages. So by the time we got to the mast and the everything, it was all like the last stuff.
Right.
But anyway, we ended up kind of basically joining your unit.
Well, it was. I went with my axe and a sword.
Yeah, we both went ambidextrous, right?
Yeah, ambies.
Yeah, it was
Let's
really.
see what ambi's all about.
It's really good fun.
I really enjoyed fighting ambidextrous. We'll talk about strengths and weaknesses of ambi, and there are strengths definitely. Yeah. So we all form up and we're all kind of hanging out, and it's a good group of people that we're with, right? Really, there's good banter. We're all talking about it. A lot of people are kind of like feeling a bit sorry for themselves. I was one of them. That was like, man, the attitude when we first went there was, I'm not going to be able to bring any aggression to this.
Yeah.
This is I'm pooped.
Yeah.
This is I'm here
I was really
because I
tired at
have
that
to
point.
be here because it's the right thing to do. By the time we actually took the battlefield, there was a transformation, right, from people that were just going through the motions to having. And this started with us being assigned our group commander, right? We all got split up into our little groups. We stayed with, there was like, Callum was there, all of our striding were there. Yeah. There was a good group of people, right? And then this commander's, he's a good bloke, right? Immediately. Really competent, letting us know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I ask, do we have a group name?
Yeah.
And he said the Scorpions.
Yeah.
Now, is he talking about the Scorpions that we named way back when?
I'm sure he is.
Because if that's
the same guy... I think
he
was the same commander that time, yeah.
Because that was also a fantastic monstering battle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, immediately, already a big fan of this commander, because it might be the Scorpions. And then... and then he said he wanted us to be as tightly formationed that we could get as close to each other to lick each other.
Yeah.
And then someone, I'm not sure who, right? It could even be me. I'm not entirely sure, but someone yelled out, "Let's be called the Lickers."
Yeah.
Which is profane. It's very childish.
Yeah.
But how funny it was having this thing kind of form. And the commander desperately trying to keep this rabble to not be lickers, while people came up with like lick, 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 chants, a few
Karen
anecdotes.
came up with a song, right?
Well, there was loads of stuff. Like we started calling the Commander Long Tongue.
Yeah.
Or General Long Tongue. And he kept telling us that he's not a general. But we were like, Field Marshal Long Tongue.
Yeah,
he had
so good.
And then Callum just started creating lyrics for a chant that we would all join in on. I know this sounds ridiculous. It's awful. I apologise if it's offensive to anyone, but for us, it was a really, really good time.
It was so funny. Oh man!
By the time
we
that we
fight
took
and lick, but mostly lick.
lick. Yeah,
it was great.
Fantastic. We had the group dynamic that formed was incredibly strong. By the time that the battle actually kicked off, where we started in the woods, right?
Yeah.
And there was the Navarre Emu unit, and they're legit. They have like a whistle to a charge and a whistle.
They're
to
really, really good.
They're really good at what they do, and we kind of formed up with them. And our job was basically the whole army moved past us, a la the encirclement of before, and we all basically came out there and started charging them, didn't we? And it was
fantastic.
A really fun dynamic battle.
He took us out on like these attack runs that were kind of like diagonal attack runs.
Yeah, so
it was really effective.
Cutting off whenever a bulge popped out, we would hit the side of the bulge.
Yeah. And like immediately as well, and he was like really good at getting us to rally at a spot, form up, and attack.
We were so motivated.
Yeah, it was fantastic. There were bits where like we'd do these moves where we'd literally break right through and go all the way into the back, like break the line, go all the way through into the back of the other line on the opposite side.
So good.
It was really good, like really aggressive moves.
But it was also like the group dynamic was like everyone wanted to stay as a group.
Yeah.
Like, usually on those sort of monster battles, it can sometimes be so chaotic that you immediately just...
Yeah.
You lose everyone, and then you're just fighting as a giant blob of orcs.
He had this really distinctive trident
kind
of weapon, and he would... it was really distinctive. Like, it was just visually, like, you can see 3 prongs, and 3 prongs is different from most other things on the battlefield.
And then you just follow that guy. Or everyone yelling, Lickers!
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. It was so good.
And every time we paused, we were chanting and carrying on.
Good, yeah. And then, like, we were just involved at all of these hotspots, basically.
It was constantly getting in there, retreating, often losing forces while doing this. But we had a really good time, right?
Yeah.
Head back round by the woods. And this is when I started to notice that my boot, my right boot, the heel has started to come away from the rest of the shoe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the? Oh shit! Right. So I basically just carry on, and my heel, the inner sole is starting to shift out the back hole of my shoes. right. So I'm like, oh, we'll just keep on going. Oh, let's talk about ambi and how fun ambi is.
Great fun.
Ambidextrous, a weapon in each hand.
Yeah.
Okay. On the charge or those big counter charges, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
Like you could just. Whoa! You know what I mean? You're like smash them around.
You're a real threat sometimes. If you get people on the run,
I Bruce Lee'd a bunch of people. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, if you get people especially to turn away from you, like you just because of the style, you can like turning your back is
even
deadly.
Pole arms,
become
null and void against an ambidextrous.
Yeah.
It's like
in a charge, in a run, you can do it's awesome because everything's a threat, right? But you're so exposed as well.
Oh man,
an archer, anything.
Archers are just constantly watching you. Yeah. Towards the end of the battle, I got down twice by archer fire. That was the thing that got me twice, and the whole battle was archers.
Like basically on the first bit before we go back into the woods, we sort of charged in. I got taken out, and I was kind of laying there, and it was great because the lickers kind of formed up and the commander saw me and I'm kind of reaching for them like there, and the Empire purposely kind of like leaving me alive to taunt the attack. And then like I see Commander Longtongue, General Longtongue, Field Marshal Longtongue.
Yeah, Field Marshal. Commandant.
Emperor Longtongue.
Yeah.
It's like they're basically commanding a kind of a diagonal attack to kind of go in, and he's kind of pointing at me. It was awesome. It seemed like he was pointing at me. Let's take that spot and get that guy out there. And it was so good. You all charged in, you got me up, pulled me back, healed me up. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
I thought I've never seen a monstering unit that's been so like just
dynamic, right?
And coherent. It was just like, so then we head back round and we go back into the woods and he's like, I don't even remember if we should mention it. There was a treat, is all
Yeah.
I'm going to say. A delicious, tasty treat, which I've never seen a commander do before. And I mean, as if we weren't already extremely loyal to our commander.
Yeah.
The little tasty treat solidified a group mentality that will never be broken. It was a great day.
He did this other real cool thing that was good, where because he was making us be very aggressive. It was a lot of attacking, but he would do these things where he would like just ask us to form up, and then at various points just say, can we do this? Can we go now, or do you guys need a rest?
Yes.
And then if everybody was straight up like, no, let's rest a little bit, and then he would be like, yeah, okay, we'll rest.
I found there's a really good group thing with that. Like, and it wasn't like trying to force the issue. It was just like, are we good? No, we're not. Let's to give it 2 minutes, and then we'll do it again.
And that was cool. And then there was water getting passed around. It was great because we were really hustling.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah, shit, dude. Yeah. Went around the side, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone starts yelling, "Where the fuck are the war rhinos?"
And the land sharks.
Where are they? You know what I mean? We're taking a kick in here. So we're skirmishing and having a good time, trying to like just battle them. And then whole other army type thing shows up with a whole bunch of land sharks. And are the land sharks the two-handed...
Yeah, with the shark faces.
Yeah, so there were those people wielding these giant blades with shark faces, and there were also war rhinos, which were three of them, which was
maybe 4. I think 3 though.
There was a bunch of them, and it was glorious to see them take the field.
And they just hit into the line, and it was like
they marched straight through the lines, and it was just like
they did insane
traumatic
damage.
Wounds a go.
It was wild, and we weren't even that heavily involved with the pushes. Our whole thing was getting around the flanks of those various pushes. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't even seeing what they were doing. I could just see a mass of people attacking it. And it was full on, It
was, you could just see the riders on the top of the war rhino.
Just stabbing
people and attacking while they're being attacked.
Yeah.
And but in the froth of whole lines moving against each other, it was bonkers. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
it was so good.
And we were doing these we did these crazy pushes against the side of the line, and there's bits where we broke them and they were really pushed back, and then they reformed.
I feel like the war rhinos went down fairly quickly.
Yeah, but I think it was the disruption they made. They punched back through because they'd taken that area, and then they pushed through the gate.
I feel like the Imperial forces had desperate moments.
Yeah.
Right?
But they fought really hard.
Yeah. And then it got to the point where there was they just worn out the other team.
We'd lost kind of everything.
Our army.
Yeah.
And then it was at this point my my boot is capitulating fast, right? Yeah. It's got up to halfway down my foot at this stage.
Yeah.
And it's this is bad. So I'm kind of hobbling around, not really doing anything, and then I got shot in the chest with an arrow again, and I was like, I'm gonzoed. So basically, that was the end of my fight. I watched a whole bunch of stuff before that, but that was pretty much my whole fight. Oh, then a nice person, when I was at the respawn point, tied my shoelace around my boot.
Oh, that makes sense, to hold it all up.
And they just held it on. I can't believe I was so dumb I didn't even realise that was a possibility. But man, it got me back to the camp. It was fantastic.
Brilliant. That's great. No, it was a fantastic battle, and then I think so you died, and then I was kind of the last charge of the lickers.
I was there. Oh, there's one really important aspect to this whole battle that we haven't mentioned: the barrier.
Yeah. There's a palisade, if you like,
a palisade that ran all the way down. So from the woods where we were initially at the start of the battle, all the way to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
That separate the two
zones,
armies,
if you like. Yeah.
And it created this lovely breaking, it created space. Weirdly, you would expect it not to, but it did create space, which was a really cool factor in the whole battle.
There was various points we had the gate and they had the gate, and
there was pushing through, and the different points where they started to become encirclements by having walled positions, but enemies breaking through. It was really interesting, and it's it was such a good dynamic. People were raving about how good the battle was, right?
It was fantastic, dude. And I just remember feeling involved in it, but basically got to the point where Long Tongue was just we're just gonna charge.
That was
see what we
where I
can do.
was. That's literally where.
So we did this, and we did this a couple of times actually. We did this last
I
ride of the Lickers.
think I got done on the first one.
So the first one, I was one of, I think 15 of us made it through. And we were like, okay, we're just going to do it again. And we went round on the other side. And then we broke through this area with some, I think maybe League or High Guard. I think maybe League or something like that, on marchers maybe. I don't know. But anyway, some people in like plate and pikes and all this kind of stuff. We hit them, we kind of broke through them, hit a couple of archers. And then we just pushed them back until we hit the Imperial Orcs, who just came with the last of us really hard. I remember like there was a bit where we kind of lost our momentum, and then this one orc with this big old shield and this massive pike was kind of just driving towards me, stabbing, and then this other orc with like a shield and a sword was just like attacking me at the same time. I'm literally like just backing off, parrying with two swords as best I can, and just like I was actually like, it was one of those things where it's like I was dealing hits and getting hit, but I was kind of like, yeah, you know, against two people you're going to get
trading. Yeah, but
it was cool, but it was like, it actually felt I fought it pretty well, and it was cool. Then they took me down, they broke over me, and sort of went into the last, I think at that point, 3 of the Lickers, and all we went. It was great.
Well, I hope the Lickers get to their ancestors, or like I say.
Yeah, it was really fun. I think at the end,
anyone that was part of that little regiment
was talking about it. Yeah.
But well played.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that with you guys. It was a really good time.
Definitely the best monstering in terms of like the unit and all of that stuff.
I just felt there was. It's obviously it sounds really profane, but it was really good fun. I hope other people enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it was really great fun.
Some chuckles. Right, end the battle. Oh, end the battle.
Yeah.
So headed off, and I went to do a ritual to do my fleet.
Yeah, so you were getting it upgraded? Was that what's happening?
So it's supposed to like empower my fleet to be better when they trade.
Okay.
So I'm off to trade.
So that's cool. So you're going to get to pick which foreign nation you go and visit, and hopefully get a whole bunch of stuff. That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, who knows? There might be specific nations I want to go and visit.
Yeah,
who
that's
knows?
Cool. Yeah, I mean that's a really cool idea.
We'll see what the drop-down menu offers me.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great. No, I think that really sounds good fun.
Yeah. So basically, that was us getting mana, going and getting a ref, doing, and then I held a little ship, a little model of a sail ship, and then everyone did a bit of chat about trade and prosperity.
Yeah.
And then we did it, and that was good. So
Brilliant.
that was it. Basically.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was good times.
The Imperatrix Mirrors and Garden you've got here.
So, at the end of the event,
right,
the Imperatrix went walkies. She vanished.
I heard about this, but in the loosest terms, so please.
Yes, this is also complete hearsay.
Right.
This is third hand, fourth hand.
Yeah,
God knows where I'm getting my information from at this point. But allegedly, she went to bed one night, and then basically there was an Eternal.
Yeah.
And the Eternal was a tricksy, nasty piece of work.
Right.
Broke all the mirrors in Holberg, and also destroyed a garden. And the garden was so deeply, like, involved with the Imperatrix that she became incredibly depressed.
Right.
And or not depressed, I don't even know. Something happened to her because of the mood.
Wow. Okay, that's not what I heard.
Really?
That's not what I heard.
Oh fuck! What did you hear?
So I just heard that basically some crazy stuff with an Eternal had happened, and that he'd come to Anvil, and essentially, I heard it was like inviting her along some mystic journey kind of shit.
What?
Or perhaps abducting her on it.
Did I get fake news?
No, I might have got fake news.
Oh shit!
I'm pretty sure your version sound like you've got a lot more details than I do.
No, I just sound more plausible. That doesn't mean.
So yeah, maybe she got
Do you know
taken.
what I was about to say? I was about to talk some shit about the Empress.
Yeah.
Imperatrix.
Yeah.
I was going to say like, oh, she's upset about a garden. What about the brave Navarre in Brociliand?
Yeah.
I think that was a sentiment, by the way. It's interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So two completely different, perhaps both even
also
wrong.
to be informed that we should treat the Imperatrix as still alive.
Yeah.
That was when do governments have to do that? by the way, the Prime Minister is still alive, so just act like they are.
Don't freak out.
Don't everyone stop there's no reason, don't panic, right? Just don't panic.
Someone's putting away their running of office kind of placards and everything.
Yeah.
They're just ready to go.
Hey.
But they're on standby.
Hey. They're not dead yet. So that's not.
That was really interesting. I think that was a really cool plot. That kind of sets things up really nicely for next season as well.
I think I'm excited about E4.
Yeah, I think I've just really nicely settled into my character a bit more and a bit more confident about the idea of RPing and just trying different things. I think you did a really, really good job this event, just really trying different stuff out.
It was really good fun, and I really enjoyed like dipping my toe into it. I also feel like this character can possibly go and do a lot of different things now.
I think you have a lot of options to sort of drop out if you don't enjoy it, or keep going if
or
you
just
do.
See where the RP takes you, right?
Yeah. I think like, yeah, I'm really pleased with the way things are panning out. It's in a way, it's kind of like I want to do a lot at E4.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to make the most of it before the long dark,
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, as weird as it sounds, like I did a lot, and I mean you did a lot over the course of the event, but I feel I could have almost done more, and it's like,
now you're getting engaged. You're like, wow, I can do so much more than I've achieved so far.
Yeah,
right?
like there's a lot of times I take time for me essentially, which is I think good at the stage I'm at, but like, yeah, it's good to sort of feel more confident in your ability to go longer, and sort of really roll into stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I think, we could all die next season, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? And then it's the long dark.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I don't know. I don't know what I'd do if Talos died next season.
Really?
Like, it's because then it'd be the long dark with him dead. And it's like, you know what I mean?
I think you don't send letters.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I'd have my new character and stuff. I don't know. I'm really like I am really attached to Talos in a way, but at the same time,
I hope you don't die at this stage. That's one thing I'll say to that. Like,
I wouldn't mind dying next year, but I don't want to die next season. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to take risks.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a lot of risks as Ifan.
Yeah.
You can roll the dice.
Yeah.
It is something that you can definitely do,
You rolled a lot of sixes in that situation.
I rolled a lot of dice. Like, holy shit.
But the ones come off eventually,
I mean, occasionally you just roll that dud and that's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's you.
But I think you did, like, a really good job of a new character. Like, I think, like, you did, and it was a great event.
It's open. I mean, it's one of my favourite events I think I've been to at Empire.
Mm-hmm. Like, I just felt a lot more comfortable, and I felt everybody felt comfortable.
I think the whole environment, though, I think a load of stuff was really good about this. I think the majority of people had a really good event.
Yeah.
I think there was some dehydration problems and all the stuff that goes along, all the stuff that people don't take care of themselves or think about that sort of stuff enough.
Yeah.
Drinking water, not drinking too much. It's important, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll see.
But it was amazing. I can't wait for E4. We're going to try and get there slightly early on the Thursday, I think, and really kind of make the most of things. But it was great.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, fantastic event.
Right. So thank you all for listening, and to our patrons. If you would like to help sponsor me do my 10K wearing LARP kit for the NSPCC, then there will be a link provided, or my Facebook group. PM me if you want to know. But thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a great time. Like, I just can't wait for E4. Roll on.
Yeah, roll on E4.
Straight to the Empire.
Straight to Navarre.
My lady, what would you have us do?
The journey ahead of you will be fraught with danger. Your virtues will be tested, and as the fate of this world is decided, you will lose something so very precious to you. You must accept that the key will be united and doors will be opened. There is no power that can stop that now. Not even the guardians of Anok. If they should try to stop you, say my name. They will help you gain entry to the tower.
Edith Harju.
Indeed. Now, take this.
The final piece of the key. We will guard it with all the might we possess.
Sometimes you will just have to let go, but you will know when the time is right. Now go, or you may miss your way off this island.
You saw that too, right? Good, good. This key certainly seems real enough. Let's head outside and get some air. Listen, we've come a long way together, but if you feel this adventure might be too dangerous, I understand if you want to sit this one out. Ha! I thought you might say that. We do this together then. Hey, do you see that sail? I would recognize that ship anywhere. Why, it's Sinwick and the Golden Cockerel!